All right, so today we are checking out the COLBOR CF5 CF5 fog machine. But before we get into that, if you can like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, that will help the channel grow. Then we can buy more products and we can start taking requests for products that people want to see. If you are interested in buying this product, there is a affiliate link down in the description. You don't pay any more, but like I said, it helps grow the channel so we can purchase more things. That being said, let's check this out. This did win a design award for the 2025 year. So this is a fog machine. I do have the older version, which I really liked, so I got this version. It's just a little bit stronger and has some better things to it. It is a 40 watt output. It has, like you see, this head rotates. It has a fan that you can attach and put on. Has LED lights. Has overheating protection. Safety free, blah blah. It has remote control. So let's open it up. And then also you have some instructions here really quick. It does come in a box, which I absolutely love. The older one, in fact, I have the older one right here. It just came with a pouch, which isn't too bad, but I do like that it does have a hard case. So let's open this up. Here we have the hard case with, here we have a zipper compartment with all the accessories. We'll look at that in a minute. It does come with instructions and a bunch of other paperwork. All right, so let's check out the accessories first. This is just a pipe, and I really like the design of this pipe because it just stays however you put it. So that's good. It doesn't just like start straightening out or anything like that. It just stays in whatever position you put it in. So that's pretty cool. So we have that. We do have a USB-A to USB-C. Then this is just some more plastic adapters. I'm not going to open that up. It's just connecting things. We have a remote. Then we have this little filter thing. This helps the fog kind of just like stay like in one place. I'll show you that after anyways. So that's it for that. Then we have, this is the fan and the LED light. So it is magnetized, so you could just attach it and then unattach it, things like that. So this is the fog juice. So that comes with this. So they do give you some fog juice. So that's pretty cool. This is the chamber right here. If I can get it out, here we go. So this is just the chamber. It's just letting you know that they did test it, so there might be some residue. So you can see like some residue from the old fog juice that they had in there. I can't seem to, there we go. So open that up. So we have that. So this is just the chamber that goes into the fog machine. So we'll check that out in a minute. And then here is the, we also have a cleaning cloth. So that's nice. And then that is it for that. All right, so here we have the actual fog machine. See, you hold this button and then you can twist it. So you can use it kind of like a gun almost, so you can, wherever you need to put it. Like I said, you have this hose. So this hose, so we do need the attachments. So let's open up these attachments really quick. All right, there we go. So this seems, no, maybe we have to have this on first. I'm not sure. This goes this way. There we go. So that goes that way. Then we can attach the hose here. And then, like I said, we can move it all around. So that's pretty cool. Oh, we gotta tighten it up. There we go. Then we can just move this around however we need it. But let's take this off really quick. All right. So like I said, this is the button to rotate the head. Then we have a power button and then a plus and a minus button. And then I'm thinking this is the actual fog button. So you would push that and it would turn the fog on. So let's just turn this on really quick. So there we go. We have the logo pops up. Here we have the battery, so it shows you how much battery it has. And then this is, I believe, how much fog, and then the fan power. If we tap that, we can change it. So you can see the little thing going up and down. We tap it again, we can change the fan power here. And then, so this will bring us into like the modes. These are timers. Let me check because they do specific things. So hold on. All right. So the first one is obviously it's on and off. The first timer that it shows right here, that says 5 seconds, that you can see. This is for continuous, so that will continually throw out. Let me see. How can I go down? There we go. This will continue to throw out fog. So you can also set it so it'll continue to throw out for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, all the way up to 60 seconds, so 1 minute. The second timer is the output intervals. So you can do it every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, every 15 seconds. So it'll just throw out smoke, stop, throw out smoke, stop. And then cycle times. So if we go down to this one, this is the cycle times. So you can go from 0 to 98 cycles. So it'll just continuously keep cycling through. So that's pretty cool. So we will fill this chamber up with some fog juice. It does have specific instructions. You have to fill this chamber up, let it sit for 5 minutes. So I will do that and then I will come back. All right, so really quick, you take the chamber, you put it in, you screw it in, and then you fill it. So I filled it first on accident and then I screwed it in. So I made a little bit of a mess with the juice because after you fill it, it does start to come down the tube. So if you get this, put the chamber in first and then fill it. So you would fill it right here. There's this little door right here. So that's where the juice goes in. So you fill that up. You make sure you fill it up over the half mark. And then we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes. So it kind of like goes through the system or whatever it has to do. And there are some rubbers on the bottom and top of the chamber. So you take all that stuff off. And then when it's time, you just put the cap on and do whatever you have to do, but we'll come back. I'm still waiting for the timer to go off, and then I'll show you some of the features. All right, so the 5 minutes are up. I turned it on, it is on. So if we hold this right here, little yellow circle, we will get a fog. So that is pretty cool. That is actually very, very strong as well. I'm gonna try to, well, I'm not gonna try, I'm gonna lower this and see how much of a difference it makes. Let's see. Yeah, so there we go. So that's very, so that's less, so that's good. Let's see, let's turn up this fan thing. I don't know if this actually will work unless we have this on, but let's try and see. Oh no, so it does look like it does throw it out more, so I'm not quite sure why there's a fan. Maybe it's just to add more power to it. Let's try this fan attachment. So we'll have the fan attachment here. Oh, there is lines, so you have to line these up. Okay, and then there is a button here. What does this do? Oh, okay, you can. Okay, so if it's on red, that controls the fan. So you can hear it. So this controls the fan power. If you click it again, it turns green, and this will control the lights. That controls the brightness. I'm not quite sure. I know you can change the color, but I'm not quite sure how to change the color. I'll have to look that up, but that is an option. All right, so we'll put the fan on full blast, and then we will turn up the fog, and let's see. So there we go. So that makes a really like cloudy fog. That's pretty cool. Oh man, that's a lot of fog. All right, so let's detach that. Let's put this back on here. So we'll put this tube back on. So the tube, like I said, you can move it around. And we can also rotate this. So we can move this around, and we can make the fog more directional. So that's pretty cool. And then, like I said, we have this sponge here, so we can put this sponge on, and then the sponge will kind of make it just settle in one place. So there you go. So then you can just kind of control exactly where you want the fog to go. This is pretty cool, playing with the fog. You make it do all kinds of things. But yeah, so the sponge, like I said, will help you kind of just put the fog wherever you want it. So that's pretty cool. I am going to figure out this light situation really quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so for the RGB, it has, oh, I'm sorry, that's the fan, sorry. That is the fan. So here we go for the RGB. We have 3 brightnesses. So 1, 2, 3. And then if you hold it, it'll cycle through the colors. So I don't know how good you can see it on here, but we're at blue, and then it's cycling through. Now it's turning to like pink, purple, red, green. So yeah, so you hold that and it'll cycle through the colors. This is pretty cool. I really like this a lot. I love the sponge and how you can control like the actual fog, and just to get it like where you want it exactly. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there we go. So this thing has not a million, but it has a good amount of adjustments. You can change the density. You can change the speed of what it comes out. There is a USB-C, so you can charge it. And then on the bottom here, I'm not going to tilt it. I should have showed you this after. On the bottom, there is a 1/4 mount, so you could throw that on like a stand or something, or a tripod. And then also, oh, I'm sorry, I can't go. I have to show you the remote. So I forgot all about the remote. So we have the remote here. We can hit that, and then that'll turn it on. You hit it again, it'll turn it off. What else do we got here? So you can, sorry, put too much smoke in here. We have the controls right here, so it will adjust the settings with the remote, so you don't have to go into the menus. It's a little weird. This side only adjusts, but adjusts both of the density and the speed that it comes out. So it has 2, but it doesn't actually work. This side doesn't actually do anything. And then the fan, so I don't know if I put this attachment on. Let's see if it will control this attachment as well. No, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Nope. So, actually, let's see. Oh, okay. All right. So if you hit the fan, it will turn on the fan adjustment. But I don't think it's actually doing anything. So let's turn on the light. Let's see. Oh, okay. It is doing something. All right. So let's try that again. No, it's not controlling. It's not controlling the fan part, which is a little weird. But if you put the light, it will control the light. So if you hold it, it will change the colors. So that's a little weird. So I don't know why it's not doing the fan. Yeah, so the fan doesn't work at all. But other than that, it's still pretty cool. So there you go. Sorry for making the video so long. But if you got this far, please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And have a good day.
Hi, today we're going to be looking at the COLBOR CF5 fog machine. It's got a nice carrying case. As you can see, here's the device itself. Pretty sturdy construction. What I really like is this locking mechanism on the side allows you to shift it for a more directional fog machine, which is something I haven't seen. Here's your fluid tank, the fluid itself, a second head for the machine that has an RGB spectrum light and fan built in, a remote control, an extension wand, a USB charger, elbows and extra extenders, and a diffuser sponge. The tops of this machine are magnetic, so after you screw in your fluid tank, just pop the top back on. Once you power the device on, you come to this screen, which allows you to independently control the intensity of the fog and the fan when you have that attachment on. You can also click over to a screen with timers, both built in and customizable. And let me tell you, for a small device, this thing cranks. It is very powerful. Like I said, switching out those magnetic heads is super easy. Here's an example of that full RGB spectrum light. What I love about this design is that this head is not independent of the body. It runs off the power through the magnetic connection. You do not need to charge this head separately. You have 3 built-in dimmable settings. And with that fan on, you can see how it's really dispersing the fog, giving more of a haze effect. The extension arm is fantastic for product photography. You can see it in here with the remote. I can adjust the intensity of the fog. And here's the diffuser. Using this causes more of a pooling effect with the fog instead of rising into the air. On this closer shot, you can really see how it causes the fog to settle. Again, this just shows how powerful this machine is. This was after a minute of running it. It filled the room with haze. As a filmmaker and photographer, this is a great deal on a very powerful small product that would come in handy on any shoot. I would definitely recommend it.
Hey, what's up, content creators? So I recently picked up this CineFlare CF5 handheld fog machine from COLBOR, and I have to say I'm super impressed by the size and portability, battery life, and overall performance that this little machine has to offer. I can't wait to create some amazing content with this for you guys, and a big shout out to COLBOR for creating such an amazing product.